Gender identity may be defined as the personal way in which someone experiences his or her gender, regardless of one's biological characteristics. In social life, the gender identity of some people contradicts their biological sex. This contrast puts people in a difficult position in social and professional interactions, since they cannot develop their personalities as they wish. Thus, they are often subjected to unfair social commentary and exclusion. When there's a discrepancy between one's gender identity and registered sex, that individual may request the correction of his or her registered administrative gender so that it corresponds to one's will, one's personal sense of body, and one's external image. There are 3 conditions for the correction of the registered sex by law. Initially, the full legal capacity of the individual requesting the correction is required. In other words, the individual must be a legal adult and mentally competent. The exception to this rule is provided for minors who have reached 17 years of age. They may request a change in their gender identity, provided they have their parents' explicit consent. Minors who have reached the age of 15 may also request a change, provided a special multidisciplinary committee including scientists of various specialties makes such a recommendation. The second condition is that the individual must not be married, and the third is that the individual's registered sex may not have been corrected twice previously. Correcting one's registered sex does not require making sure the person has undergone a previous medical procedure. As stated by judgments of Greek courts, this process is both painful, physically and mentally, and, on the other hand, financially inaccessible, as the intervention is not covered by state insurance bodies. Finally, no prior examination or medical treatment related to the physical or mental health of the person is required. The court decides for the correction of registered sex on a reasoned basis. The petition must state the individual's desired gender, the main name chosen, and the adapted surname. Recognized sexes by the law are the male and female. That said, the Greek court has previously rejected the application of a person seeking to be registered as a neutral gender. The personal statement of the applicant before the court is also required. The statement is made in a private office, without publicity, and with absolute confidentiality and secrecy. The court's judgment is registered with the registry office that had drawn up the applicant's birth certificate. The registration of the new administrative sex is performed in secrecy with regard to the change and the initial birth certificate. Based on the new birth certificate, governing authorities are obliged to issue new documents and make new administrative records for the individual. In these documents, the registered sex, the main name, and surname of the person will be corrected. In the new birth certificate, new documents, and new registrations, it is not allowed to state that the registered sex has been corrected. The new civil status certificate may be changed one more time, using the same procedure and the same conditions. The correction of a person's gender applies to everyone. Rights, obligations, and any kind of responsibility of the person created before the correction of sex still exist. Tax identification and social security numbers are also retained. If the person who corrected his or her sex has children, his or her rights and obligations under parental responsibility are not affected. Also, the birth certificates of the children remain unchanged. In a well-governed state, the rights to the free development of the personality and the self-determination of the body must be constitutionally guaranteed and protected. Only in a moderate and tolerant society can people live together in harmony and be happy. Thanks for watching.